ain't got no walking stick, he don't need no ball and chain. If he ain't got no can to kick, that don't mean nothing to James. Oh, James singing, oh, James. The people in the street, oh, the pouring of the rain. Is it a feeling in the heart, or is it something you can't name? Oh, James singing, oh, James. The people in the street, oh, the pouring of the rain. Is it a feeling in the heart, or is it something you can't name? Oh, James. Oh, James.
Hey, I'm Duke Channing, swim captain.
Oh, yeah, Duke. I'd heard all about you. I'm James.
Yeah, I heard about you too, James. Heard about your time trials. It's too bad, kid.
What do you mean, too bad? I broke a record. I mean, just because unofficial don't mean
well,
that
that's the problem. It's unofficial. See, you're a first semester transfer student, so you're not eligible for varsity competition.
Wait, that's not fair.
Yeah, well, it's only one semester. You can still practice with us, keep in shape.
Oh, great. Keep in shape.
Yeah, look, I got to split. It was really nice to meet you, James.
Yeah.
So long.
Well, thanks for telling me, Duke.
Come on, guys. Big party over at Carol's place tonight. Hey, hang in there, kid.
Yeah.
We're all full up and we don't pick another staff till next semester. I'll keep you in mind, though, in case anything opens up. Unexpected.
Like what? All your photographers are hit by a truck?
You never know.
Hey, kid. Hi. You new? Yeah, this semester.
That's rough. You feeling low?
Yeah, I'm okay, I guess.
Would you like to feel low? I mean, get nice and down and out, feel no pain? Got just the pill for that.
Yeah, well, what's the fare?
One'll get you 6.
I don't know. That's pretty steep where I come from. I think I'd better do some comparison shopping.
Yeah, well, you check it out, kid. You'll be back.
Have no fear. Brother Sly is here.
No, hi, I'm James.
James, too much. You know, I can tell you were a dude of taste.
Yeah? How?
The way you pass by that Bill Bush and Shark. Him and his products are trouble.
I could see that right off.
Sure you could. Like I said, you're a man of taste, which is why your good instincts have brought you to Sly.
Yeah? Yeah, why's that?
I got to find and smoke in your greater metropolitan area.
Oh, yeah? Well, see, I got lung cancer, and my doctor said I gotta be careful.
No, man, I don't mean that tar and nicotine thing. I'm talking about smoke. You ever hear of Acapulco Gold, Vermont Green?
Well, yeah, sure.
Well, what I got here is better. This stuff here is, Massachusetts purple.
Oh, well, I really go more for the yellow and orange kind, but thanks, I'll check back with you.
Well, man, I can't tell where you're coming from.
Oh, we're coming from Oregon. We just moved here.
Coming from don't mean a place, man. At least not a place on a map. I'm talking about a place in your head.
Oh, well, thanks. I guess I'll get back to where I was coming from.
Coming from Oregon. What do Whitey think of next?
Everyone can't write a paper on General Washington. Aren't any of you interested in any of the other revolutionary generals? Yes.
Must we choose only a colonial type? Can he be British? I've always sort of had a thing about General Burgoyne.
Really, Paisley? What is it you find of interest about him?
Actually, it's just sort of one of those things one feels. I just sort of like the cut of his jib.
Quiet, class. Yes, you. The new boy?
James.
James.
I agree with that girl. Paisley? Yeah, about that general she likes. He was really cool.
Well, there seems to be quite a sudden groundswell on Burgoyne. Tomorrow we'll have to examine more fully Burgoyne
And some of the other... Paisley?
Yes.
I always thought the British got a real raw deal. Are you British?
In heritage, of course, but my passport's quite American.
Your passport? Are you going somewhere?
To France, of course.
When?
In June. Isn't that when everyone goes?
Oh, I wasn't sure. I hadn't been yet.
Whatever do you do in summer?
Oh, last summer I worked at Herman's Superette. That's its grocery store back where I live in Oregon. Of course, that's not all we do. My family goes camping a lot, and we fish.
How refreshing.
Thanks. Would you like to go get a pizza?
Awfully sorry, I'm engaged. Ciao.
Well, ciao.
That's a goodbye, not a hello in Italian. See, you got the whole thing all wrong.
What all wrong?
Well, your approach was the pits.
What approach?
Well, that clumsy approach you tried on little Miss Mayflower. Your flattery was too overt, your body language was patently obvious, and you leaned too eagerly.
Now, what's all this supposed to mean?
You'll never make out.
How would you know?
Well, I'm a student of human behavior, combining the disciplines of psychology and anthropology. I'm especially into the sexual rituals of adolescence.
You're spying on me?
Oh, it's not spying, it's research. You're a highly promising subject for study in the field.
Now, wait a minute. You got this whole thing all wrong. I'm just a normal human being. Ciao.
Hey, Mom.
What?
Is it okay if I go over to Amanda's for the meeting of her new literary club?
Literary club? I thought Amanda was your friend from the football team.
Yeah, I play pulling guard. But she's also a poet. She writes these Japanese kind of poems. They're called haikus. They're short but sweet.
Oh, that's very impressive, Amanda.
Say a haiku for 'em. One of mine?
Oh, we'd love to hear it.
The way is long to the goal line. The duck flies high. Touchdown.
That's a real original.
What's the duck got to do with it?
That's symbolism, you nerd. Maybe you'd understand Roger's work. He writes tales of crime and passion. That's more up your alley.
Well, I'm afraid that we haven't got time for a tale of crime and passion. We have to run. And you have to be home in time for supper. James will heat the stew for you.
Okay. Okay, let's move it, crew. Come on.
I swear, Sandy would assemble a crew if you dropped her blindfolded on the moon.
Well, how do we look? Like the head of the Boston social season?
Or at least like we won't be kicked out of the faculty reception.
Yeah, sure.
Wonderful. Let's go. I think we can get a better press at the party.
Don't forget to heat the stew.
And hit the books, James.
Yeah, you guys have the ball.
Okay. You sure this is what you want, James?
Oh, yes, I was destined for a life of isolation.
Well, I guess we better be going, James. We have a big party on tonight. We've been voted the toast of Boston.
Yeah, and I'm having several of my 100 new friends come over. And they just elected me the most popular kid in town.
Well, go on then. Don't worry about me. I'll be just fine. All alone.
So long.
Bye.
Newcomers Club. Hey, welcome. I'm James.
James who?
Well, James Hunter. Come on in.
Is this the Wallaby home?
No, it's the Hunters.
Well, it used to be the Wallabies.
Well, then I guess they must have moved or something.
I'm friends with their daughter, Margarita.
Oh, that's too bad. I mean that they moved.
Sure is funny.
Yeah. Sure is funny. Ha ha. No. Oh, it's you.
Do I have the correct address?
You certainly do. Come on in. This is it. This is the newcomers' party.
Where?
Here. Oh, but, well, you see, you're early. The other people haven't arrived. Let me take your coat. Won't you have a seat? Well, would you like something? Some celery stick with peanut butter, potato chips, cheese, mixed nuts, diet root beer?
Could you fix me a club soda on the rocks with a twist?
Sure thing. Coming up, a club soda on the rocks with a twist.
Thank you.
What kind of a twist?
Oh, I hadn't mind lemon, but any sort of citrus will do divinely.
You got it.
This where it's happening, Captain?
Yeah, this is the party, all right.
Right on.
But it's just for newcomers.
Right on. I'm new and I'm blue.
This is Paisley Houghton, and this is, well, they call him Sly.
And they don't lie.
You only have one name.
Just think of me as Brand X, baby.
How colorful.
Hey, no little digs and slurs tolerated.
Oh, I don't think that Paisley meant...
Man, I know an uppity chick when I see one.
Oh, are you one of those ultra-sensitive minority persons?
In the big world, baby, you the minority.
Hey, Sly, I'm getting Paisley a drink. Will you have something?
No, I carry my refreshment with me, man.
Oh, I hardly thought we'd be torching it up tonight.
Well, those of us who can't enunciate through our nose got to have something going for us.
Hey, Sly, the thing is my parents are home, and I don't think they'd understand.
Cool, man. Anyone explain to me straight, you know, I respect the rules of the turf. Just draw me a long, tall tap water and hold the pollution.
Great. You.
Peanut butter on celery? Is that what you folks call a soul snack?
Ha! Well, look, I know we all have a lot in common, even though it may not look like it. For instance, you can never tell about these things. I would have never have known that Paisley here was a new person.
Oh, I hardly am. That is, my family is terribly old.
Your parents are elderly?
No, I mean the family itself is very old. The Houghtons are very old Boston. We've been here for simply centuries. I'm only new to public school.
What happened? You boarded the wrong bus?
My parents thought it might be broadening, sort of an experiment in democracy kind of thing.
That's cross-culturally fascinating.
And another thing, you can never tell about these things. I'd never guessed that Marlene here was new either.
Oh, I'm not.
Well, then why'd you come to the newcomers' party?
Well, I felt it would provide an ideal opportunity to record the behavior patterns of a group of people meeting for the first time in a new socio-cultural context. After transcribing the tapes, I'll correlate an overall synthesis of your group interaction.
You bugged the party?
Well, I hadn't started the tape since there wasn't much interaction yet.
You gotta go, baby.
No, there's not enough people as it is.
I'm afraid I must go. I simply find invasion of privacy a total gross-out.
Well, look,
I'm sorry, man, but this spy chick has made the natives restless.
well, wait a minute, you get...
Why does Margaret Mead get cooperation? Why do I do it all wrong and everyone hates me?
No. Hey, Marlene, nobody hates you. Nobody hates you. Everyone come back, we'll start over. Oh.
was your party, James?
Well, the people were great. Really unique, you know. Each of them were interesting in their own way.
Must have been a smash, huh?
A dud. I mean, a real bomb.
What about all the terrific people?
They hated each other.
Make any friends?
Yeah. They just don't know it yet. Hey, Paisley. Hey, I'm really sorry about the party.
Party? Oh, I thought of it as more of a shambles.
Hey, well, next time I'll really get it together. A rock group, special food, shrimp and stuff. Caviar?
James, aren't you ever going to forget that kind of girl and face it?
Face what?
Well, your position in the social stratum, according to prevailing community customs and practices.
You make it sound like I broke a law.
Well, in a way, you have.
Hey, look, I don't understand about this social stratosphere statistic or my position or any of that other stuff.
Well, I could teach you.
How come I have to lie down, though?
Oh, the respondent must be relaxed.
I think I'd be more relaxed just sitting up.
Lying on the couch is traditional.
And what if your mother comes home, though?
Oh, my mother's deceased. My father's at work.
Well, then, let's get it on. I mean, let's, do what we have to do, the study.
James Hunter, age 15, male, Caucasian person, residing in the city of Boston. What is your actual ethnic background?
How do you mean?
Well, where does your family come from?
Oh, Oregon.
No, I mean before that.
Oh, Illinois and Michigan.
Well, how did they get there?
Oh, they drove from Pennsylvania.
What is your country of origin? Well, like I'm Irish.
Oh, you mean like back in Europe? Oh, well, we're English and French and with a Danish thrown in.
Religion?
Uh-huh, we go to church sometimes.
Well, Catholic?
No, just regular.
Father's occupation?
College professor.
There's no hope.
For what?
Well, first off, forget about the redhead. She's strictly upper class. Probably lower upper, but you're middle. I'm lower middle, which is close to you, but we're divided by ethnic and religious barriers. Besides, my family's blue collar to your white collar.
Well, look, I'm not asking to get married. Can't we be friends?
My father fears that I've reached an age in which peer group relations between male and female persons could lead to serious later consequences.
Your father said that?
Well, I've translated his sentiments into the language of science.
Hey, Marlene, you home?
Oh, yeah, I'm just studying.
Hey, I thought you said your father wouldn't be home.
Oh, he won't. That's one of my older brothers. Must have got off duty early.
What duty?
Oh, police. He has a suspicious turn of mind. You better go out the window. It's only one story.
That's the one, the new black kid. They call him Sly.
He's selling, huh?
Heavy. Seems to have some big connection.
Well, we'll set him up then. I'll call the sergeant. You got trouble.
You too, baby. Your mouth's all out of shape.
Follow me.
We supposed to be in Beretta or something?
Hey, they're on to you, Sly. They're gonna call some sergeant and set you up. You better cool it.
They gonna set me up? Wicked. I can't wait.
What, do you want to do time?
What time? Time for what?
For selling.
You know what I'm selling?
Yeah, man. I can guess.
Guess again.
Hey, you tried to sell me some.
Some what?
Some Massachusetts purple. Can you deny that?
No way. Man, I invented that recipe. The main ingredient is fried eggplant, laced with a little oregano. It's better than Acapulco Gold and Vermont Green, because it don't get your head messed up.
Now, wait a minute. You said this stuff could make you fly.
It can if you think it can. It's a matter of product promotion and labeling.
You mean you're not selling real dope?
No way.
Hey, that's illegal.
And just remember, baby, when you buy some on the street, you never know what the true ingredients are. Could be kangaroo tranquilizers, could be ups and downs and outers. Could be any combo any cat had handy. Now, what I sell, it don't mess with their skull. I figure I'm sort of a sleight of hand humanitarian. You dig?
Yeah, but eggplant. Well, you must make a lot of profit.
Yeah, well, I got my business side as well as my humanitarian side.
What do your folks think about you, doing business?
Well, they can understand, you know. They're white.
You're adopted?
Nah, man. I mean, they think white, you know. Like they moved us out of the old ghetto to some kind of hunky high-rise and got to go to some hunky-predominating school, and I don't even get the bus ride. Besides, most of all the brothers at this place, you know, come by the bus. And say I'm not tight with any of them, and, well, they think I'm weird. A traitor-like, you know.
Well, see, we're sort of in the same boat.
It's a leaky tube.
Hey, listen, why don't we go over to my place?
And do what?
Well, we could, smoke a little eggplant and talk.
No offense, Mint, but, well, I got enough trouble without hanging around with some pale kid, you know.
Yeah, well, it's better than nothing.
But I'll mull on it, man, you know. These here some confusing times we stuck in.
Well, because I'm a good photographer, that's why. But since there aren't any openings on the school paper, I've just got to make one. By shooting some knockout stuff they won't be able to resist.
But why on earth me? I'm hardly their cheerleader prom queen sort.
Well, that's just it. You're different. You're special. You've got style, and that's what I want to capture. In my photographs, I mean.
Well, I have to admit you've given the matter some thought. Let me do the same.
Oh, James, I'm so sorry I had to climb out of my bedroom window.
Well, that's all right. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you do centerfolds. How tacky.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I was till just now, anyway. You messed it all up.
Oh, with the lower upper girl, James, you know that's out of the question.
Well, it is for the moment, anyway. Well, how about this? Is it possible for a middle guy and a lower middle girl from different national origins to have a large milkshake at a crummy drugstore with a mixed-up class of customers?
Why, James, I'd love to.
Be cool. Just keep walking along like everything is cool.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Everything is cool.
Well, how come we're pretending it is, if it is?
Just stay cool. My folks been hassling me for not having any friends at the new school. So I figure I'd take you two home and you both pretend to be my friends and my folks, they get off a bet. It'll be about a half-hour gig if you can cut it.
Okay. I'll pretend to be your friend if you'll do the same for me sometime.
You slice a mean deck, man.
Forewarned is forearmed.
Okay. What's the deal? Let's go.
Any special data we should know about your folks?
Yeah, don't let the music get to you.
The music?
Yeah, they're into it heavy, man, and they'll drag you into that number whether you dig it or not. Yeah, this is it, man. Up here, Hartman Road. Yeah. Hey, why don't you stop the squeaking?
I'm afraid our son doesn't approve of our taste in music.
Oh, same old cultural phenomenon, ma'am. Cross-generational rebellion.
Going back for centuries.
You can dig, they ain't no wetbacks.
I'm Art Hazeltine, and this is my wife, Marie. Make yourselves at home.
The dude is James, and the scientific type, she's Marlene.
Well, we are so happy that Ludwig has made friends at his new school.
Ludwig?
It's only a slave name. I could change it to X when I break the legal age barrier.
When we named our child after Beethoven, we had no idea he would grow up to take it as an insult.
Are you and your husband professional people?
The old lady's got a gig with the symphony, and the old man's a DJ for one of them FM stations that plays what was the top 40 in the Middle Ages.
Fascinating. You're both so upward mobile.
Never mind about us. We want to hear about your friends and about school.
Well, Ludwig is very popular at school. Matter of fact, he's a favorite of teachers and faculty alike.
Tell me, Mrs. Hunter, is this chicken dish an old Anglo-Saxon recipe going back for generations?
No, as a matter of fact, I cut it out of a magazine feature on budget meals.
Does it taste old?
Oh, no, it's quite good. That's fascinating. Tell me, do you always take your evening meal in the dining room?
Well, unless we get a bucket of chicken.
What's it to you where these folks bake bread?
Well, I was just curious.
All the time curious. You fail to remember what curiosity did to the cat. What it did to one cat, it can do to another cat.
It takes a natural curiosity to be a good psychologist, anthropologist.
And that, I think, Marlene was born with. Just like Sly was born with his business sense.
What kind of business are you interested in going into, Sly?
Well, after copying my MBA from Harvard Business School, I plan on going into some corporate-type structure, eventually arriving at the chairman of the board type gig. Right now, I'm in sales.
It's very enterprising. Who do you work for?
I'm self-employed at the moment.
What do you sell? Maybe I'll buy something.
Vegetables. Sly sells vegetables.
Well, what I sell is more what you might call a vegetable product, rather than the raw dude.
Yeah, sort of a novelty item.
That's a polite name for it.
Oh, yeah? Well, anthropopsychosome is a polite name for spying on decent folks.
It is not spying, it's field work.
You're spying on us?
Oh, not spying, observing.
Oh, if I had known, I would have worn something nicer.
These are James's folks, Marlene, not a bunch of white mice. Sorry, folks. No racial slur intended.
It's important that they be observed. They're purebred Anglo-Saxon Americans, once noble and powerful, now increasingly rare and in decline. They're a dying breed.
They can't help the old blood's getting thin. Now, why put them down?
Now, wait, except for my sister's slight cold, we're all pretty healthy, thank you.
Now, sure you are. Don't listen to this Miss Prophet of Doom here.
They should listen to a common pusher instead, a well-known seller of joints on a public playground.
Hey, Marlene, you got it all wrong.
What are you pushing, sister? How come James had to jump out from your bedroom window?
Hey, Sly, now you got it all wrong.
James, you're really into this scene.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like it,
Now, wait a minute. Everyone's got this all wrong.
Well, would anybody like any apple pie? Now, that's an old Anglo-Saxon dessert dating back for centuries.
Admit it, Dad. You don't like Sly because he's black.
Oh, baloney. You know that's not true, and it's not fair to even say that.
James, the crowd that you go around with determines the kind of person that you're going to grow up to be.
Crowd? You keep talking about a crowd. I don't have any crowd. All I've got is a couple of friends who don't even like each other. What kind of a crowd is that?
Well, it's just that because Sandy has this little crowd, we thought...
Oh, yeah, anyone Sandy brings home is just fine. A gum-chewing little girl that plays football and writes weird poems, and a skinny little kid who writes axe murder stories. A cute little crowd.
At least they're not into sex and dope, James.
Well, of course not, Dad. They're only 12 years old.
Now, calm down. Just calm down. James does have a point.
Thanks, it sure was hard to make it.
I have a couple of points myself. Do you deny that you were in that girl's bedroom? Or that boy is a pusher?
No, I deny that what you're thinking about them is true.
In other words, what I said is true, but I'm drawing the wrong conclusion?
Right.
So he is a pusher, and you were in that girl's bedroom.
Well, in a way.
In what way other than what we were thinking, James?
In the way that what Sly sells is not real dope, even though people think it is. And what happened in Marlene's room was not sexy, even though her brother, who's a cop, thought it was, because, well, we were up there alone for a while.
How long?
3 minutes, 3 hours. What difference does it make? That's not the point, Dad.
What is the point, James?
The point is that, well, whether you two trust me or not.
Of course we trust you. You know that we trust you. It's just that you're only 15 years old. You haven't had all the experience in the world.
That's the point. You're not a little kid anymore, but you're not a grown-up person either, James.
Well, I'm not asking to ship out on a freighter or to get married. I just want to choose my own friends.
All right, James. Do your own thing.
But do it carefully.
Hey, look. Sly and I understand about your anthropology and our Marlene. It's just you tend to scare people off.
Yeah, you come on too strong with the observing bit. And cool with the outright questions. See, you be a little more sneaky about it, you get more info anyway. Put the natives at ease, you did?
Well, I appreciate this input, which is very valuable. I guess I scared off my peers, too, so I never had any friends.
Until now, you got us.
I know. My father and brother's afraid that I've fallen in with a bad crowd.
That's what my mom and dad think, too.
I got a worse problem. My folks approve.
Well, at least we are a crowd.
Well, I know three's supposed to be a crowd, but this here looks pretty skimpy.
Well, but now that we got us, we can always recruit more people.
But do we want more people for ego gratification, or are we trying to change the system?
No, we don't want to change the system. Just be part of the do. Now, how am I getting Harvard Business School if I can't claim jive like treasurer of the class, rep Du Bois State Civic Leadership Conference, most likely to succeed at one scam or other? Now, we all got to get them lines, else we're going to end up on food stamps.
Well, what about Paisley?
About what?
Well, the girl who came to the newcomers' party.
The snob.
Well, she hasn't been in class for a while.
Maybe the air of the public not rarefied enough for her.
No, maybe she's like us.
In what possible way?
Well, maybe she needs friends, too. Might I have this minuet, milady?
Hardly.
One doesn't minuet with a commoner.
Absolutely never.
Mayhap milady will save me the hustle.
Sure you won't have a nip of sherry, old chap?
No, thanks. But thanks.
A glass of mineral water?
No.
Paisley will take forever. She wasn't expecting a caller.
Oh, well, I was just passing by. I thought since she hadn't been in school for a while, I'd see how she was doing.
Oh, you must be mistaken, old chap. She trots off bright and early every morning.
How would you know? When was the last time you've been up bright and early in the morning?
Probably the last time you have. That champagne breakfast at the Hunt Club. I think it was June of '67.
The point is that we simply assume that Paisley goes to school every morning, which evidently isn't the case. For heaven's sakes, fix my drink. It sounds like another domestic crisis. As if we hadn't had enough for one season.
Paisley, how you doing?
Whatever brings you here?
He came to inquire about your absence from classes.
Why? Are you some sort of undercover person for the school board disguised as a student? How bizarre.
Then you have been absent.
Well, maybe she hasn't. I mean, I've been sitting in the back of the class lately. I could have easily missed her.
This whole thing is horribly confusing. We'll have to get to the bottom of this as soon as we get back.
Yes, we're just drifting over to the Herefords to have a few martinis.
I'm really sorry. I guess I blew up for you.
Not to fret. They might not even remember by morning.
Hey, your parents are really cool. I mean, they even offered me a sherry.
Well, they'd offer it to the postman if he'd have it with them. That way it's just social drinking.
That must be rough on you.
Oh, I'm doing splendidly. I walk to the wharf every day, have oysters for lunch, and spend the afternoon at the aquarium. It's wonderfully cool and dim, sort of like being underwater.
Hey, Paisley. It sounds more like drowning. Hey, why don't you just come back to school? There's some people I've met there, and, well, I'd like you to get to know them, too.
I just can't hack it, James. I don't fit in.
Well, hey, that's great. None of us do either. Well, no, I can't be at my place. My little sister's having a meeting of her literary athletic club.
My brothers are having their poker night.
Well, what about you, Sly?
I guess my pad'll be empty. The old lady's rehearsing and the old man's doing his FM announcing gig. And I'll be out doing business.
Well, you got a job on weekends?
Well, I hang around in Harvard Square selling my eggplant joints. Weekends are best because, you have more tourists, providing a gullible clientele.
Well, can't you take the night off?
Lose business on account of you want to entertain some social register refugee?
No, not just entertain, recruit. You're the one who said we needed more people. Just three's too skimpy, remember?
Besides, it sounds like this girl is suffering from a double identity crisis, parental as well as peer group-wise.
Yeah, her folks are sloshed and she doesn't have any friends.
I should have foreseen. The minority member got to provide for the high society charity case.
I'll make up some fancy appetizers with goat cheese and anchovies and stuff.
Now, forget the junk food. I do up a batch of pig's feet and bread.
Rather a fun sort of place you have here, Marlene. Are your people professionals?
My father's skilled labor. My brothers are on the police force, which most sociological studies now categorize as semi-professional, but I don't live here.
Yeah, this is where Sly lives.
Forgive me, I wouldn't have guessed.
I would have guessed you wouldn't have guessed.
His mom and dad are professional musicians.
Perhaps I've seen them.
Now, you're probably thinking of Ike and Tina Turner. My folks moved to an older beat, pre-plantation even. I grew up cut off from my rhythmic roots, leaving me culturally deprived, which leads me to sitting here being the token misfit. I'm not even misfitting with my own people.
Hey, we're not misfits anymore. Remember, we're supposed to be a crowd.
Sorry, man. Sometimes I backslide a bit.
I can sort of sympathize, actually. It's difficult finding oneself among people not of one's own kind.
I'm starting to get to like that we're different kinds.
I suppose we do sort of run the gamut of this and that, from race to money.
Yeah, you mean ranging from you rich to us poor folks?
Heavens, I wouldn't suggest such a gross comparison. I meant type of money, not amount.
There's more than one type?
Of course, there's old and new. For instance, there's inherited, which my family has, and then there's wages, such as Marlene's laboring father earns.
You mean your old man never made a paycheck?
Oh, of course not. We don't make our money. We have our money.
I thought your dad lost a lot gambling.
On the stock market, James, it's not gambling, it's speculation.
Ah, so the old man dropped a foul.
Well, I'm sure glad my dad's a plumber. He knocks down $12 an hour.
And now that my dad's not just a professor, but the head of a whole department in his college, well, he makes a good $21,500 a year.
Oh, is that all? With a couple of kids in school, it must be rough making ends meet. I feel for you, James.
What are you talking about? I mean, are you crazy? You're the one to worry about with your dad only making $12 an hour.
Well, that comes out to $24,960 a year before overtime. Well, that's $3,000 or $4,000 more than your dad. And I tell you, it's the last $3,000 or $4,000 that make the big difference in quality of life.
Now wait a minute. This doesn't even make sense. My dad is a full professor.
Oh, and my dad's just a plumber.
No, I didn't say that.
Well, that's what you meant, you little snob.
Now, what's a snob?
You. That's why you're so fascinated with Miss High and Mighty here. It doesn't bother you that her folks are drunk and broke just as long as they got the old snob appeal.
I won't have Mommy and Daddy referred to as common drunks, just because they lush it up a bit.
Oh, how elegant. Lush it up a bit. My dad brings home a six-pack and watches a Red Sox game, and you'd call him a common drunk.
I said no such thing.
Beautiful. Prejudice flying all about the place, and I'm not even in the scene.
Hey, Marlene, you're making this stuff up now.
And let me clue you in on one more item, Miss High and Mighty. James doesn't care about you as a person. He's only after one thing.
Hey, now cut it out. Don't get into that.
He's after your class.
Hey, Marlene, don't...
Whoever said you pale folks lack passion?
Hey, Paisley, I'm sorry.
I knew I wouldn't fit in. I've even wrecked your little group.
No, Marlene, she didn't mean that. She gets over things quick. She'll be okay tomorrow.
Now, the only problem is, the three of us gotta eat all these ribs and pig's feet.
Well, I guess I'll be seeing you then.
Thanks ever so, James. Later. March.
Well, You mean you won't see me till much later? How much later?
Oh, no, I meant later, as in see you later, as one always means by later, and much simply means one looks forward to it.
Oh.
Much doesn't mean that much.
Well, how much is much?
Well, I thought you just sort of wanted friends, you and your friends.
Well, yeah, but not just. I mean, well, you're different. Much. Very much.
That's sweet of you to say. But one has to confess there's sort of another man.
Well, if he is just sort of, then...
But that means really.
Well, then he is more than just much.
Oh, much. Terribly much.
Oh, do you see him much? Often?
Well, Eubie lives in the Bahamas, so one doesn't see him except in season.
Oh, well, what's he do in the Bahamas?
Sail, snorkel, beachcomb a bit.
Oh, is he a bum?
Oh, good heavens, no. He's a Cranthorpe of the Cranthorpes.
Oh. Well, compared to that, I guess I'm not much. And he kind of, much.
You're a friend. Very much of a friend. Later.
Much.
Well, how's the new socialite girlfriend? Everything too spiffy?
Well, she's not my girlfriend, and she's a really nice person.
Oh, I know the type. Prim little gold hoop earrings, the make-believe boyfriend in the Bahamas, summers in France.
Hey, how'd you know that?
What?
That Paisley had a boyfriend in the Bahamas.
Oh, it's part of the act. They all have the mythical boyfriend in the Bahamas. Oh, she's really got you conned.
Now, listen, I'm her friend, just like you're gonna be her friend. Now, shut up. Here she comes. Join the group.
Hello, group.
Sit down. It, sure is a nice day.
That pale people's food in the cafeteria is gonna waste me.
Yeah, you got that right. Every day, nothing but the same old junk. I mean, really,
What do you turkeys think you're doing here?
Well, we're having lunch. What's it look like?
It looks like you took our table, and you better bug off.
Well, it don't look like the type of dive to me that takes reservations.
Everybody knows we've been sitting here since our freshman year, and that this here table's where we always sit at. You nerds must be new. Or crazy.
I'm crazy. The others are new.
Come on, Monk. Looks like we got a little initiation. It's time to rub some of the shine off these brand new turkeys.
Stay cold, brothers and sisters.
We'll get this punk first, huh?
Unhand the man.
Hey, you get out of the way, else we have to give your head a real good stomping.
Afraid I gotta use my blade.
Somebody stop this now! Stop this now!
Hey, listen, you guys. Hey, we're tired of getting treated like this. I mean, well, just because we're new here doesn't mean we're not human. We got rights like everyone else, and we demand to have them. Why don't you try to think about how we feeling? Well, go off and do your own thing someplace else, and let us alone.
Come on, Monk.
Hey.
Tell it like it is, Jane. Hey, you were boss, James. I gotta get
Incredibly much. Dynamic.
No, I was just sticking with my friend. Hey, Sly, were you going to use your blade on that guy?
And I never had no blade, man.
You said that you had one.
Sure. Any of you pale kids figure a black has a blade. I mean, you think he was born with one. You cats believe, too.
Unconscious prejudice. One feels rather gross.
Yeah, hey, sorry, Sly.
Oh, it's cool, man. It's just something that comes with the territory.
Well, you sure did help anyway. Everybody did.
Well, we all stuck together. I guess we're stuck to each other now like friends, huh?
Yep. Hey, you know, hey, back there earlier when I was talking to those jocks, you know, I got this, there's a kind of a picture in my head. Well, we all were important people. I was the president, and I had just appointed you guys to be the top people in my cabinet.
How come you the president?
Well, what did I get to be?
Important. You all got important positions.
You seem to have made us all sort of underlings to you.
Yeah, we were all tokens. James the prez and us the tokens.
No, no, you all were happy.
No,
I made you my constituents. You were all happy. I appointed you to be my constituents.